All right, so today we're going to build out the roadmap for your global software engineering career. I mean, if you've ever found yourself daydreaming about shipping code from a totally new country, well, you've landed in the perfect spot. Let's dive right in.
So, let me just ask you this straight up. Have you been thinking about taking your skills, your coding skills, and going global with them? I know, it feels like a massive step, right? For a lot of people, it seems like this far-off dream. But here's the thing, it's actually way more doable now than it's ever been.
And why is that? Well, it's because the global demand for what you can do has never, ever been higher. Seriously, you're not just some coder sitting behind a screen. You are a critical, essential asset in today's economy. And get this, countries are literally competing with each other to attract talent just like you.
Which brings us perfectly to our first big idea, a world of opportunity. Here, we're going to break down exactly why software engineers like you have basically become the architects of the modern global economy.
I mean, when you boil it all down, what is the job? It's about using solid engineering principles to build the software that runs, well, everything. Think about it. The apps on your phone, the massive systems that keep our banks running, the tech that's pushing healthcare forward. You guys are the ones building the digital foundation for our entire world.
And this quote right here, it just nails it. Every single industry out there is going digital, which means the need for your skills isn't just staying steady, it's actively growing all the time. What does that mean for you? A super secure and constantly expanding job market, anywhere on the planet.
Okay, so point made, you're in demand. Big time. So let's get down to business and talk about building your global toolkit. What skills do you actually need to have locked and loaded to go out and snag that international gig?
Now, the key thing to get here is how universal these skills are. Yeah, knowing Python or Java is like the baseline, but it's the platforms and tools that really make you a global player. For example, if you're an expert in something like AWS, you can build huge, scalable systems for any company, no matter where they are. And knowing your way around Docker and Kubernetes, that's basically your passport. It proves you can build something once and have it run anywhere, reliably, which is a huge deal for international teams. These skills, they're the ones employers from Silicon Valley to Singapore are all looking for.
But look, your tech stack, that's only half the puzzle. If you really want to succeed, thrive in another country, these soft skills are completely non-negotiable. Being able to communicate clearly when you're working with people from all over the world, absolutely crucial. Being adaptable to a new way of doing things, you have to have that. And always being ready to learn something new, well, in this industry, that's just table stakes.
All right, let's talk about the paperwork, your credentials. And these are important for two big reasons. First, your bachelor's degree, that's often just the ticket to get in the door. But then you have things like cloud or cybersecurity certifications. They don't just make you look good to a potential boss. Oh no, they carry some serious weight with immigration officials. In a lot of countries, those certs can translate directly into points you need for your visa. So they're a double win.
Okay, your toolkit is packed and ready to go. Now for the really fun part. Let's take a world tour and see which countries value your skills the most and, where they'll pay you the most for them.
Whoa, just take a second and look at these numbers. The earning potential is huge. The US is leading the charge with an average salary of $125,000 a year. But don't sleep on Australia and Canada. They're offering super competitive salaries too. We're talking about places where you can make great money and have an amazing quality of life.
And first stop in our tour, no surprise here, the United States. It is, without a doubt, the global center for tech innovation. Of course, you've got the huge opportunities in Silicon Valley, but the tech scenes in places like Austin, Seattle, and New York are absolutely exploding right now too.
Next up, our friendly neighbor to the north, Canada. And what's so great about Canada isn't just its awesome tech hubs in Toronto and Vancouver, it's their immigration policies. They're super clear and designed to be welcoming. They've literally built systems to make it easier for talented tech people to move there.
Hopping over to Europe, let's talk about Germany. This place is an industrial giant, and right now its legendary auto and manufacturing industries are going through a huge digital shift. And hey, little pro tip for you, if you happen to know C++ or work with embedded systems, the German car industry is desperate for your skills, like off-the-charts demand. And we can't wrap up our tour without mentioning two other heavy hitters. First, Australia. We're talking a vibrant, super fun tech scene in cities like Sydney and Melbourne, plus a lifestyle that's just unbeatable. Then you've got the UK, especially London's Silicon Roundabout, which is a world leader in fintech. You can find any kind of job there, from tiny, scrappy startups to massive, established companies.
Okay, so you've got the skills. You've even picked out a country. The big question is, now what? Well, that brings us to our final section, your immigration roadmap. This is where we figure out how you actually make this happen. I know, the whole immigration thing can seem super complicated and overwhelming. But for tech professionals, it really just comes down to three main pathways. You've got your skilled migration programs, visas sponsored by a company, and then these special visas for people with exceptional talent or who want to start a business.
So let's compare the two most common ones. Skilled migration, which you see in places like Australia and Canada, is all about you. They look at your profile, your age, your skills, your education, and you get points. You apply on your own. Employer sponsorship is the total opposite. The company is in the driver's seat. It all hinges on you getting a job offer first, and then they handle the visa process.
And if you need any more proof that these countries want you, check this out. Many of them have created special fast-track visas just for tech workers. Things like the German Blue Card or the highly skilled migrant permit in the Netherlands. These programs are designed for one reason: to cut through the red tape and get you into the country and working as fast as humanly possible.
So as we start to wrap this up, let's just come back to the money for a second. That $70,000 to $120,000 range is a pretty typical starting point globally. But remember, if you're in a major tech hub or have some really specialized skills, that number can go way, way higher. It's a career that pays well and keeps your brain engaged. Pretty good combo, right?
So there it is. The demand for what you do is global. The pathways to get there are much clearer than you probably thought. And the opportunities? They're genuinely life-changing. The world is out there, and it needs your skills. So really, there's only one question left to ask yourself. Where are you going to go?